Well, hello and welcome to another CTF match here on CMS. Today we are spectating the Baguettes versus Annihilation. This is the third match of today. Still waiting on one more to go down later on. And I am also joined by Unifier as my fellow commentator. How are you today?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm quite well. We've got Bloomishly reffing today, as well as Red Slime on the camera. Our beautiful streamers are completely underappreciated, so big shout out to Red Slime. And if you want to just read out the rules as Bloom types them out, go ahead.
So, as you can read in chat, we've got one ninja cat per map and no ghosts. I'm actually excited for this map.
Yeah, I think it should be an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, which team picked this map? Because I didn't check the thread, to be honest.
Yeah, it's this one is the Baguettes pick, so Forest of Rivals for the first map, and then Annihilation for the second on Pagodas 3, and then their agreed is Valley of Ruin 4.
Okay, should be interesting.
Yeah, so limits are pretty standard for, well, they're set for the tournament, so they can't change. So pretty normal stuff. Any predictions off the top of the bat?
Well, given how few people have managed to actually perform on this map, and the Baguettes picked this, I'm thinking that they might perform well on this. So for this map, I'm definitely giving the edge to the Baguettes. But in general, I think Annihilation will put up a very good fight. We'll have to see, because we've just started, I see.
Yeah, cool. So on the Baguettes offense, we got Mighty Charlie, Soldier, Carson, Elf, Coca, I think. Yes. Chemist, their names are horrible. Equilibrium is heavy, and then Lara is medic.
The heavy on offense on Annihilation's side seems to prioritize the archer over going on the actual flag room to capture the flag, which is an interesting approach.
Yeah, interesting. Brandine would be obviously a problem, but Mighty Charlie's out as Soldier at the moment.
Gets assassinated.
Down by the assassin.
And that's the heavy. They need a pyro to get that. Good support. No medic though. Underground, no. Above. And medic is not allowed to go get the heal. Did they just try to... Oh, that was Coca. Sorry, I thought they were trying to assassinate. Apologies.
But yeah, a strong push off the start there from TB. A lot of people getting into the flag room and a lot of steal. Might just quickly have a look at Annie's offense. Looks like we got, I can't say his name, he's going to the flag room as Chemist. Is that Scorn on medic, Epistolin as heavy in support, and Misky, I'm assuming, is running heavy or soldier.
They've got an elf stealing. He's out relatively clean. I'm following them right now. But he messed up one of his wins. And goes down to the ninja. Ninja almost got killed though. They almost had the ninja pick up the flag, which might have led to a better chance of capturing the flag.
So Annie's managing to hold on, but TB's definitely getting a lot of steals and almost getting out. Looks like Misky's out pretty clean as Soldier. Well,
Medic's incoming.
Gets taken down.
That's a Chemist. Assassin still has Assassinate, I think. Coca needs to kill these two. And there he goes. That's a medic with the full heal. Can like Brandino change his fate? Nope. Where's Misky, by the way?
He's in the flag room at the moment, so it looks like we might be going into a stalemate here.
Interesting. 2.5 minutes, almost 3 in, and we've got a stalemate. So we've got a Chemist versus a Soldier. Let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, it looks like Annie's preparing for a stalemate, so...
That's an interesting spot, though, where Misky's standing right now. He is headshotable if you go to the other side. Oh, wait, BM5 is actually onto him. He's got a headshot spot. They need to move him. That's a headshot. Medic picked up.
So quick
They
play
were-
already from the Archer.
Yeah, they were lucky there was no ninja near to pick that up. So we've got Love pick 3, Love, Azel, and Coca pick 3 moving in as well as assassin. That's a scout and an assassin. Ooh, I think they're gonna try and swap him in. That could be an interesting play. He's found by the ninjas though.
I think pressure is definitely on Annie here to try recover as quickly as they can. TB is definitely going to just coordinate a bunch of bulk to go in there and take down the medic quite easily. So I think there's a lot of pressure at the moment for them to get this recov.
I mean, looking at Annie's defense, they've got a lot of roam and direct support. And it seems that Brandino is also being sent on recov.
I'm sure he's dealing with his fair share of ninjas.
Obviously,
as the Archer does.
On a map like this, you can't really let the Archer live. You can't manage to do that. Ooh.
Yeah, this is...
Recovs is in a very interesting spot as scout. He's waiting for Squantonius to move out. Trevor's almost onto him, but not entirely. And then he can try and scout them off the world. I will give him a cookie if he manages to do that.
So yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of pressure on TB at the moment. And...
Ooh. That was a melee recovery, I assume?
Yeah, it looks like it. He was also pretty low. He was only
Crit
one
out,
heart for
okay.
equilibrium.
That's what I assumed. Buffed heavy, crits. As OP as ever. I mean, honestly, if you send buffed heavies on recov for a medic, that's... I mean, in my opinion, that's one of the best things you can send against that.
Yeah,
you've got the medic healing disabled.
Yeah,
got that fixed, so the medic's very vulnerable.
Chemist was just going out the back. Ooh,
assassin. Jack, there's a pyro there with frenzy though. He's not making that.
Coke is on the other side out, but he's in a web. He should go down for so many people.
That was just one big pile of people. There was no getting out for him for that.
So yeah, I might quickly give a bit of a shout out to DB's defense here. So Chewy's on the pyro, Ike Multi as medic, Fit running around as a heavy. BM5 is playing at mid as Archer. We've got Pig 3 as assassin, and I'm assuming 2 ninjas. I think it's all recovs, yeah, and Chickadee on ninjas. So a pretty intimidating defense, if you ask me. Not many people that I personally would want to be facing. So Equilibrium does get a steal, goes down pretty quickly. Charlie with a backup goes out the top as Soldier. Nice wall climb there. Just needs to avoid Brandino. He's quite clear. Ooh, gets headshot.
And as you said that, he gets headshot. You jinxed it.
I mean, my man Brandino always had that. Don't worry.
One of the oldest archers in the game. I admire that guy. Hanging in as a top level archer for so long, adjusting to the new meta. Could be one of my favorite archers of all time.
Yeah, well, I guess that's bringing up an interesting matchup here. BM5 versus Brandino. BM5 definitely has a bit of a different playstyle to Brandino. Will kind of go for as many kills as he can, which is probably why he's sitting bottom mid, just trying to assist in any way he can with headshots for offense as well as defense. whereas Brandino's going to play quite traditionally, quite defensive.
That's indeed a good point you bring up there. That's an elf stealing and gets killed by the ninja.
This is Charlie out again, going to meet the medic.
Oh, that was a very interesting placing of the medic. They came around all the way from the back and no one noticed her. Well played, Lara.
Yeah, I think
well
she was
played.
on Brandino.
No, not even. She was just way farther behind. It was, I don't know. It was a very impressive play. Very good positioning.
This looks like this might be the second capture here. Nicely done by Charlie, and nice
Justin?
coordination on TB's part.
Justin is out though. Sisykes, or however you're supposed to pronounce that.
Yeah, that's an intimidating game. It's got being mobbed at the moment. Should get
No,
the
full
medic
heal.
restore there.
This should be a cap unless they manage to.
Oh, that's a bad web.
Ooh. Rekovs is there as
They
well.
are delayed.
They need to kill him. They need to kill Rekovs. And Coker is being overwhelmed, it seems. Medic's dead too now.
They should get this. Just knock him off the map, boys. There we go.
A quick heads up for our other stream that has just ended. Adfundum has beaten Citrix in the last map with a 1-0 victory, sealing the deal.
Congrats to Adfundum.
Yeah, and me. Sorry. That was a very close match, but if you want to rewatch it, stream will be up on our channel soon for everyone to rewatch. This time, we're focusing on this game, which is TV versus Annihilation.
Yeah, it just got a bit more interesting. 2-1 at the moment. Annihilation and Annihilation coming back with a cap.
Yeah, you're right, Bloom. They're doing really well. That was a very good counter steal after their second counter cap. Well, second cap against them. It was a very good reaction on Annihilation's part, and I hope to see more of that.
So yeah, TV's definitely been getting the quote-unquote strongest steals so far, but Annihilation is managing to hold on, playing well together as a group. So yeah, I'm enjoying this match so far.
I mean, fortunately for Annihilation, you don't win games with just good steals. You need to seal them as well.
Yeah.
You can get as many good steals as you want, but you need successful steals and not just good ones.
Looks
I
like the
like
assassin
what
is
Golfer
causing.
is doing.
Yeah. Well, it just looks like the assassin is causing a lot of problems for TV's offense at the moment.
Oh, definitely. But I lost the game as an ex-Templar member. He's always been a very good assassin. And as we can see on both the Baguettes roster and Annihilation, they've both received a lot of reinforcements from all the teams, such as the Templars and the recently disbanded Renegades. So it was something that was mentioned before in some analysis chats, but I'm just going to state that out here as well. It's interesting to see how old Templar members are facing each other again, because as most of the people here know, Templars is one of the oldest teams to have ever exist on CTF, and also the most successful ones. And it's actually good to see Rip Templar indeed, and it's good to see these members back together on CTF, and together I mean facing off and seeing how well they would fare in matches against each other and not only with each other. That's just a personal point of view, of course.
Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting picking up some really experienced players and seeing them in a variety of teams rather than playing all together. Like, obviously they dominated that last tournament together, so maybe it's a bit more even having them spread out. Anyway, as we talk, Mighty Charlie has come out as a soldier.
He had a very clean steal, but the recovery caught up to him very quickly and manages to get a lot of damage in. Good pass of risky, but successful. But there's
Yeah, I
no
don't know.
medic nearby. There's the medic. Is that a full heal yet? Is that a restore? That's a restore though. He's been restored. There we go.
There we go. Struggling to
Okay.
get around these two heavies.
Oh no. Stuck in the water.
There should be a lot of damage on
The
him at the
Baguettes
moment.
need to get someone on the assassin. Because he's not getting far if he's making it. Okay. Assassin's taken out. Miski is up top. He should try and stall and wait for the recovery to kill or at least stall Carson. Needs the medic, gets the medic. Restore.
That was pretty close
BM5 is
still.
the only threat right now being taken care of. Assassin's there, gets taken out. Looks like the second stalemate of this game.
See if Annie chooses a different holding spot to where they did last time. Looks like they have gone under. So I think the stalemate might last a bit longer. As Miski is a soldier and can probably get at least a bit of healing. I think Bloom's pointing out a good idea.
Was that a pass off or was that... Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that. I was focusing on Miski at the time. This is interesting. We've got a soldier versus a heavy. Mobility versus tankiness.
Yeah, I guess...
support Team Baguettes is putting on Coca right now.
I think it would be quite difficult to take him down as a heavy in this position.
I think the best thing they can do is, I believe that where you're flying right now is a headshotable spot.
Yeah.
If you shoot from here, it's either an archer or the pyro. But well, as we've seen before, Brandino cannot get very far until he's being harassed by a bunch of ninjas.
Well, the problem for Brandino and where Coca's holding at the moment is that he has to come to the front of the building, which is where everybody's leaving if they're going for recovery. So he's more than likely going to get spotted. Whereas where Miski is, he an archer can sneak down the staircase on the side or can find multiple routes in. Oh, sorry, Miski has changed his position to the same as where Coca is. So stealing strats from the other team now.
I mean, if it's effective, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, indeed. I think the main weakness here will be if a pyro manages to get on top and drop down this ladder. I think that will be where the teams won't see that pyro come.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult one because if you're gonna try pyro recovery, I'm giving the edge to Miski for his mobility, because Coca, well, as tanky as he is, he's only a heavy and he can only run. He's got nothing special apart from, well, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on support for him.
Looks like TB is going to focus just winning this map, as Coca has said in chat. I mean, a bit boring on their part, but understandable, wanting to win the match and get one up in a map. So a lot of pressure on Annie to send as much as they can on recov if TB is just going to turtle.
I mean, that's the interesting thing of a stalemate. You always have to try and determine how many players you can miss on your own support and how many players you can send on the recovery. But given Coca's position, they would have to send at least an equal amount of players as they have on support. It would be best if they have more, but see, that was a push of 4 people or maybe even 5. But you see that the Baguettes is instantly back on them.
Yeah, I think Annie at the moment should kind of just go all out almost. Just leave the
I
pyro and the medic with Misky and send as many people as they
I
can.
would wait with that until like 45 seconds or something, because that's a very risky thing.
Oh yeah,
If
for
you do
sure.
that right now, it's a 3-1 if they lose it, of course. However, if it's 45 seconds and you push then, it's going to be much less of a risk, and you can't have another cap on you, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Looks like Brandino switched off Archer going to Ninja. Obviously has a lot of pressure coming in, so trying something different. I think it's a good strat on his part. It is a bit mind numbing just continually going back and forth as an archer and just getting railed by multiple people. Yeah, it looks
Does
like Annie has a big push coming
the
in.
Baguettes
Sorry.
even have any recovery? Because I barely see people. See BM5 in mid, but he's more defending than trying to headshot Misky.
Well, he's actually done quite a lot there. Annie had about like 8 people coming in as a whole bulk, and he took out at least 3.
Oh, look at that! What I predicted has come true. It's the medic, the pyro, and Misky, and they're sending all the rest on recovery. And we've passed the 45 second mark.
Yeah, I think TB is probably going to hold out here. It's just too much support.
987654321, and there is a final score of 2-1 on the first map for the Baguettes. Moving on to the next map, which was, remind me please,
Pagoda's
Pagodas 3.
just Annihilation's map pick.
I can switch back to my Templar anecdote because as most of the old people know, Pagodas 1 used to be the main map of the Templars. So I'm actually excited to see how people adapt to this much smaller version of Pagodas, and well, mainly the Templar members who used to practice this all the time.
Yeah, I know like some people have their frustrations with this map, but like how small it is just makes it so chaotic. I love it. Like the amount of pressure that's always on is quite impressive. So this should be a good map. I think the archers are going to pop off here.
It does guarantee some interesting gameplay. Chaos is I mean, if we look at the standard game size nowadays and compare it to, let's say, 2 years ago, the average game would be 8v8 or 9v9, and now we've got an average of at least 10v10, which is quite the increase if we just, check that statistically.
Yeah, so it looks like TB has made some subs here with SYO coming in, and Hayes looks like well, Fit has left, and I can't figure out who the other person who left was. But yeah, 2 subs. Yeah, I don't think it really changes too much on TB's part.
Annihilation has kept their roster. Hayes is logged on for... Who subbed out?
I can see at least Fit has left. I'm sure somebody else did, but I can't figure it out, to be honest. Chickadee. Okay. Thank you, Food Court.
Our silent mod silently approves.
As I say, I was just going to keep staring at a list forever.
Who's Joe?
Dude, no, don't take the bait. Don't let him do it. So Pagodas. I think Annihilation is going to have some good steals on here at least, or some bigger steals. I think TV might struggle a bit more, but we'll see.
Annihilation has subbed on Bosquet. This is going to be interesting. So we're probably gonna have Bosquet on Archer and Brandino on something else, because he's... Is it Boss K? Have I been pronouncing that wrong forever?
I
Jesus.
mean, go with what you want, really.
I'm being informed by our mod versions, who's somewhere silently, that it's supposed to be pronounced Bosque. So I will thank Proterozoic, aka Chaos, whatever the numbers were, and I thank you for teaching me incorrectly how to pronounce that name. Shout out to you, my friend. Wherever you are, you're being missed on CTF. Okay, versions, I would like you to stop spamming my DMs now. Thank you. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be calling out mods.
So yeah, boss is on Archer. I haven't seen Brandino just yet, but I imagine he's playing some bulk D. Yes, he is.
Jack with a quick steal, but gets knocked back by the ninja. That was a good play. An elf with a very clean steal, it seems.
Oh, already at the yin yang. He's flying, dude. And goes down to just damage by Brandino. I think the sub for boss and Brandino is actually quite an equal one. Like, they're both pretty good with Archer, and I would say they're pretty similar. And there we see a beautiful headshot.
Well, as we know, Boss K was an ex-Templar member, and as I said before, Templars know how to play this map. So I would give him the Archer edge on this map, even though it's a rework.
It's actually a really interesting Archer map, as somebody who has played it and played it poorly. It's like sitting on top of this pagoda, you get back here really quickly and can just continue to shoot their defense while having a pretty clear line of sight onto your enemy Archer, which looks like BM5 is just pressuring boss at the moment. So seeing a bit of an Archer duel.
Boss got one headshot, but wasn't enough distance to get the headshot. It's an interesting playstyle that BM5 has. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Jack
I think it's
takes the frenzy. Can he survive?
Ooh.
And that's a headshot. Yeah. Backup steal, maybe? No.
Seems like Charlie is out.
Oh, he's dead now. That I don't know who did that web, but that was a very good web.
I think Trevor's been popping off on the webs and med D.
Honestly, it's so interesting to see how medic defense has become such an important role in comparison to before.
I think it's just about adding to it. Like, you can just sit there and heal, or you can chuck some webs and stick their offense. Looks like Equilibrium has a steal out onto the yin yang already.
This is quite the clean steal. Medic's there as well. They need an assassin, but I don't see him. He's far back, gets headshot.
Seeing a lot of Annie members focus on recovery, just
Miski with a very clean steal. That was very clean.
Only recubs on him. Just needs to kill him, I think. Get around.
There's the assassin underneath as well. Needs the medic. Gets the medic, needs to move. Archer's dead. He should be able to get quite far now.
He's doing a good job of avoiding people.
I didn't see that Bloom could call out. He's taking a lot of damage. He needs the full heal. Gets the full heal.
Stalemate on pagodas. Nice steal from Miski.
There's still an assassin. Oh, he was spotted and killed. Oh?
That was another pass. That looks.
The Baguettes are really risky with their passes, but as long as it works, I mean...
I think that was just to free up Equilibrium to go on recovery, I believe. So TB deciding to hold on top of the flag room, and Annihilation doing the same. So this mainly just takes out an archer, really, but definitely allows for a bunch of bulk to walk in and start critting out.
So, now that we're in a stalemate, what do you think of the match in general? And do you have any mid-game prediction of how the rest of the match is going to go? Who's going to win the stalemate?
I think TB has been, when they have bothered to try recover the last stalemate, I think they were quite strong. So I could see TB getting this recovery. I think Annihilation would have to get a headshot in there somehow, but we never know. Never know how it might go. But I would predict that TB will get this stalemate breakage, or we'll sit here in a 0-0 for the rest of the match. But these are my unguided opinions.
No, I agree with you. I mean, overall, the Baguettes have been the team with the most pressure, both on offense, defense, and recov. So they should technically win this in terms of roster, but, well, as it has been proven in the past, you never know. Anything can happen.
It's definitely a difficult recovery position to get to. Obviously, everyone's packed in quite tightly, so it's hard to get enough bulk in there to do significant damage on the carry.
That's an interesting point that Bloom has said as well. The Baguettes have, in fact, been practicing more, so that could also give them the edge, not only in the recurve, but also in the game in general.
Yeah, I think TB's potential disadvantage here is that they might not take this as seriously as they should. We see Coca dropping in chat there, let's do 4 engineers. Like, they already are running an yep, there are 2 engineers already waiting. So, you know, if they lose this recovery, they might look a bit stupid, not gonna lie. Yeah, I know, but I don't agree with the engineer strat at all.
I disagree. I mean, you can always try it, and if it works, well, you've got yourself a nice story there, and perhaps a moment of the tournament. Are they actually oh my god.
Yes, boss!
And they recovered. What's this?
No.
Engineer steal? Annihilation 1-up? Oh my god.
Dude, boss came for MVP already, man. Dude, like, Charlie was pressed up against the stair and his hitbox went through the wall and boss headshot him through the wall. It was insane. I was watching him sit there, spam that spot for ages. That was incredible.
That is a play that you have to rate, but out of personal experience, I just can't. I hate that.
I know, it's horrible.
That's one thing about Minecraft that I hate. It's that. Look at Annihilation's defense holding out against the 4 engineer push and then the follow-up offense push.
As a sometimes dabbler in the Archer class, I'm quite happy with Bosque there. That was. So now pressure on TB to get another cap and to deny the 3rd map. Try get 2 caps and win the match. So at this point, 10 minutes, still got a lot of time for that to happen. So Coke is out. Death tag.
That's a
This
clean
chemist getting
steal.
to the yin yang. He has been
medic
hit
yet.
quite a lot.
And that was a death tag as well. Well played.
Charlie's gonna get a clean steal.
Was there even anyone in the flag room?
There was a pyro, but was distracted by somebody else and taken down, I think.
Medic's
Charlie's-
too far away.
He's really struggling to get up on the spawn building here.
No medic. He should not make this. Good. Well, good. For Annihilation.
This is a ninja steal. First ninja steal of the match.
Dies to Brandino. Pick up by Lara.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Bran. And yeah, there's stack support on her now. She should be okay.
Jack's out
Looks like
though.
Chak is out.
Gets a restore. They need someone on the archer though.
Hayes is
Looks
brickballing him a
like-
bit there.
We might be going into a second stalemate. Never mind. Recovered by Brandino. Could this be
The
a
man is
duo?
cracked. The man is cracked. Yeah, TB needs to get a steal here, and looks like nobody's really around apart from Lara and maybe the archer.
Assassins coming in. Spotted. Dead. And the capture. Annihilation 2-0 on their own map pick.
Yeah, looking very strong. And as we know, when a CMS commentator predicts something, it always goes wrong.
I can confirm that.
It looks like Charlie is out getting another good steal. He's going to try to get on top of the spawn building and is getting up there. He should be relatively clean. 2 stake. Has a ninja.
Are they going to
in
try and pass
support.
up to the ninja? No. I think they were considering passing to the ninja.
Yeah, and then Brandino ruined it for them. But
Brandino, you are the Baguettes party pooper.
yeah. Brand's brickwall.
Still no medic. And there's the full heal. No restore yet. That's the restore.
They're still doing a great job of delaying him, but
Is there anyone
might
close to
walk this
steal?
in.
Epizlin, Frenzy, and Assassinate. That's a tough one to survive. Trev steals his medic. So much for the defensive medic, Trev, but good attempt. Recov store, is that a ninja?
There's a ninja steal, I believe.
Drops.
And now the race to find where it is.
Oh, it's on top of the flag room. I think he's waiting till his team is in position. Needs to pass.
He's
This is
taken such a weird route here.
It's working so far. I mean, they made it, so
The Pistol is out, is heavy, almost got knocked off the edge, but is slowly fighting his way through.
they need to get someone on the archer
Oh.
and oh, never mind. And that's tied
Yeah.
again. That went fast.
That was a knock into the void, unfortunately. The
Justin
Pistol there.
steals. Gets recovered. Miski with a clean steal. No one's on him. Full health. Oh, but good job by Rikovs holding him back. Yeah, he shouldn't make that.
Interesting, Annie hasn't gone for a ninja steal yet. Looks like no. Thought Trenny might go for it there, but just went on the pyro.
My bet, if anyone on Annihilation is doing it, it's Miski.
It looks like
I
he's
agree.
taken another steal.
What class is that? Oh, nothing.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those reaction moments where someone says ninja, 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 so everybody just pearls as far ahead as they can to try recover on that ninja, and if there's just a bit of patience, he just sat there and waited. So
It
worked
was an
out well in the
interesting
end.
play.
Smart play.
An unusual play, but sometimes they pay off.
So Carson goes down, but allows Charlie to get a very clean backup steal here.
I think Annihilation need to dedicate less people in their flag room on the actual flag carrier. Because they leave the flag room open for Mighty Charlie to steal. Good assassinate there.
Awesome.
Very well timed.
That's yeah, I think TV has done a good job of bringing this game back into their control.
Pyro
tying it up.
Yeah, true. I mean, if we take a look at the Baguettes, they constantly sending new players on offense. It's like they send at least half their team on offense in 2 separate waves. Right now, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or maybe it's just the map that allows players to be back so soon.
Yeah, it's one of those things when the spawn is in front of the flag room, everybody can just come out and turn straight around. Carson with an elf steal.
Trini can't catch up, dies. Crabs with a recov. Well done. And again, I don't think there was that much people in the flag room. Pyro was out. There was only a medic defense who did a tremendous job. But if there's any piece of advice that I can give Annihilation, it's that they need to keep people in the flag room.
Yeah, like the Pyro keeps coming out on recov and allows a clean backup steal. But I've got to shout out Trevor there. He did knock off Charlie into the void by himself, which is a pretty big play on Trevor's part.
Yeah, that was a very good play. I saw that was a good play on Annihilation side.
I think Annie is probably gonna try Ninja Cap at some point, but pushing that Ninja on offense kind of primes TB to be aware of it.
Squan being harassed by ninjas.
Charlie gets out again.
You just see the double ninja with the assassin. It's so annoying to play against. That's the benefit of 12v12s. You can have ridiculously strong defenses with a double ninja on defense, a roaming bulk, and an assassin.
Yeah. So Charlie got out past the Coca and was quite low until he managed to get to Lara, who was kind of just waiting for him. So this is pretty strong at the moment.
I don't think he has that much stake left. He needs the heal. No restore. I think I saw the restore particles.
Brandino is doing a good job of delaying this at the moment. Get her into the void. Go on.
And
nice, Brand.
There goes Coca into the void.
I think Brand has done a lot while being on soldier defense.
True. Charlie with a clean steal again. No pyro.
It's an interesting route going on top of spawn, but I'm not very for it. I think it's pretty easy for their defense to kind of turn around and get on top of the spawn.
Was that another Trevor web? Because if it was, then I'm genuinely scared of Trev's webs now.
I mean, you don't have to play offense for your team. It's okay.
True. I get to stay safely at the other side of the map, but oh, look at that. Trev's suggesting the ninja cap. This should be interesting to see. I will bet money that I don't have on Mivsky trying to ninja cap.
Well, we've got Chak here, but there is also ninja invis camping the flag for TB. So yeah.
That was not exactly the attempt that you'd want to see. 20
Oh, it's
seconds.
double ninja. I doubt that they'll get this.
Okay, looks like we should end this game with a draw.
Yeah, good job on TB's part to tie it back up, but also a good part on Annie's for getting 2-0 up and then holding the fort back down after the 2 captures from TB.
And we're going to the third map now.
Valley of Ruin.
4.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried about Valley of Ruin, to be honest.
I'm excited to see archer battles on this map. Because if they both take, you know, the middle monument thing, then you've got a very high chance of some archer battles, and I don't know who I'd give the edge between Boss K and BM5. Sorry, my brain just cut out for a second.
That's all right. I think, like, traditionally BM5 is one of those archers who's really hard to archer battle, but Boss is more than up for the challenge, so I think they're going to be quite easy.
I see Annihilation has brought on a Frog Dog, so that's a mage confirmed, I assume. This could be interesting to see, because I speak from experience that a mage with an archer on this map can be lethal and ridiculously frustrating to play against.
Yeah, it is one of those beautiful moments of synergy when a mage freezes you and then you get headshot by the archer.
I'm excited to see how a Frog Dog is going to perform against, well, that very strong the Baguettes offense that had constant pressure on Annihilation's defense.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see where the mage plays on here. If he's just camping this bottom tunnel, he's going to be able to clog it up just with one free spell. But if he plays top, he'll be able to stagger them a bit more. So yeah, I think the mage will be possibly one of TB's biggest pains in the arse.
We'll have to see, because we've seen that the Baguettes tend to send a ninja to support them on offense, which could make life a tad more difficult for a Frog Dog to actually perform as well as we know, and as the annoying mage that he is. But I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
Looks like Rain has come in for Alaska, I'm assuming. And was Mike here this whole time, or did he just show up as well?
Mike just showed up, I believe. Food court, hence you've made some interesting callouts on people joining and leaving. Do you know by any chance? Oh, and Chick D is also back, it seems.
In fairness, moderators do have join and leave messages, so they have hacks when it comes to asking who the subs are.
Typical. No, big shout out to the mods, of course, for creating this tournament and making this happen.
Yeah, TB needs to drop a player here. Somebody needs to stay in spawn, whoever they decide.
Ike seems to be the victim. So BM5 is taking the middle spot, and Boss seems to be staying more defensively. That's the second time we see that BM5 is more aggressive and that Boss is more defensive. Well, previously it was Brandino, but we see the traditional archers playing in a more traditional fashion. And I'm seeing an archer battle right here. I'm actually more focused on the archer battle than anything right now.
They are interesting.
It's fascinating to see how high-level archers actually perform against each other.
Yeah. I'm just watching TV at the moment. They've got a heavy chemist and 2 soldiers on offense. Looks like they're getting into the flag room. Interesting makeup of classes. Chemist going bottom through the tunnel.
Flag
and
room
is out
is
ahead of him.
entirely clear again.
And that is
Good
why we have
freeze.
mages.
Ninja's doing his best to hold them back. Crit out. That's a soldier.
That's
Full
a
heal.
pretty lucky pickup.
Agreed.
She's going to run this all the way down mid, which is one of the worst parts of this map. But the two, there's one heavy kind of turning around to...
And he gets it! Brandino putting in work again. And looks like Rejected has returned to the flag room.
Whoever said archers couldn't use their swords? It's a nice recovery there. I think a bit of a misplay from Carson, as the soldier could probably have gone on top to avoid the damage, but I mean, incredible recovery. See, it looks like Annie is running a pretty similar offense with one heavy medic, chemist, soldier. That's only a 4-man though, so missing somebody, I'm sure. And everybody's electing to go on top.
I only see a heavy close to their flag, to the Baguettes flag room. The rest seems to be occupied with that Hayes defending and Chick D being there as well.
Ah, okay, so one heavy went underneath. Nice splitting up from the group, but is getting webbed disgustingly.
Oh, it's 2 bottom now. We've got the chemist and the heavy. Mike is holding off the heavy. First some hits, and then some webs, and...
Oh, Miski's just gonna walk through. He's very
out.
low though.
Never mind. Abizan with a very low steal. He doesn't have any stake, and 4.5 hearts.
Just needs to run away from this pyro. And just run away.
There is
from
an assassin
anybody.
coming. He needs the support. Gets recovered.
Oh,
Good recovery.
that was unlucky.
Recovs.
Miski was like pretty much right in that. Didn't get to pick it up, unfortunately.
Okay, so on Annihilation offense, I see 1 heavy going bottom, a chemist, and a soldier up top. Soldier is occupied. I think he's just going to try and walk through again.
Looks
and
like
we see a medic and a heavy just speeding in and quickly taking out the medic, and the heavy shouldn't make this.
But we were talking pre-match about A-Frog Dog and where he was going to play. Looks like he's mainly playing this bottom tunnel and then in the flag room as well. So
that's an interesting placement. If I were to play mage, I would play on the bridge up top and switch between the tunnel. But he seems to opt only for the tunnel.
Well, he's managing to solo stop offenders from going through this way and then forcing them to go on top and
Justin
potentially
is
get
out, by the way. He needs to be careful of the pyro. Yeah, he's bottom. Gets through, gets frenzied, and recover. That was a clean steal, though. He was out on his own.
Top.
There is no one in the Baguette flag room right now. If anyone comes in, they should steal and capture.
They had a good play there of leaving Hayes in the flag room to take down Miski quite a lot before he managed to get out, which allowed Recubs just to get a bit of a one-tap on.
Annihilation's offense will have to manage without the medic. They just got headshot by BM5. So we see a double heavy and no soldier. So it's double heavy bottom. Jack's stealing, but he shouldn't have been the one stealing, in my opinion.
Yeah, Soldier's an interesting one on this map because the only really viable exit is to go on top. So if you're denied that exit, you're kind of screwed.
Mm-hmm. Both defenses seem to be holding out very well, though.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a testament to the map in itself. It's pretty defense biased.
We need to keep in mind, though, that Annihilation needs to cap at least once to win, to tie, and 2 to win. Whereas the Baguettes just needs to tie, and they would win the game.
Yeah, so Carson did get out here. I think he's quite low.
Pyro missing his burst shots. Gets the hit off. Nobody
He is
near. Carson shouldn't make this. Oh.
Oof.
A Frog Dog should freeze.
Nice, nice.
And an assassinate.
Through the freeze.
Honestly, you said Brandino was putting in so much work, but if you look at how many recovs Arlos the game has had, I don't know. As an assassin main myself, I think he's doing a very good job.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, that's a bit unfortunate for Carson getting assassinated, like, through the bottom of the ice. But, you know, you take what you can get as an assassin. So the Med Ds have been putting a lot of work in with their webs, but there is a certain point where you can throw too many, so we should be watching for web spam as well.
We'll leave that up to the refs, though. I think we've got a few mods in here. I'm sure that they will be eager to point out any rule violation and punish that with adequate rudeness.
Indeed. I've heard that... Oh, I can see that, sorry, that TV is running a Necro on offense. I think that's the first time for this match as Mighty Charlie. Interesting decision on here. It's definitely difficult to stack as a Necro, get enough skulls to kind of be able to spam them on this map, because the squishies, as like the ninjas and the assassins, aren't as big of a part. You're normally running into big bulk, and yeah. Anyway, Carson's out as a soldier, pretty clean. He's going on top of the hill. Oh, no, he's going through the tunnel. What a man. 4 stake.
Full heal. They need the archer, I think. I think the archer is the best option they have for recovery. But BM5 seems to be occupying him. BM5 just keeps occupying boss and allowing Carson to cross the map. He's got pretty far.
Quite a while.
Does he have any stake left? That's an absorption skull.
Yeah, he's got 3 stake.
That should be a capture. Any last second surprises? No. So first capture for the 3rd map in favor of the Baguettes.
I think this is another ninja as indicated by chat. He's gone on top of the hill. I think. I can just see a bunch of pearls.
Pass to the heavy. Almost recovered by Brandino, who was very close. And he needs 3 caps to win, 2 caps to tie. But if the Baguettes captures this one, well, that would obviously increase by 1. And the Baguettes just capture this. Steal by Epizlen, held back by the defense.
So best case scenario here is that they tie. Am I right? If they get 3 captures.
Best thing Annihilation can do is tie. In 9 minutes, they would have to cap 3 times. It's not impossible, but it will prove to be very difficult. Chat's saying that Miski should be around.
Looks like Annie is looking for a ninja steal in some way or another.
Epislen's on the pyro. This should be a clean steal by... Oh no! Good frenzy by Chewy. And on the other side, we see Coca has stolen.
Has been delayed quite a lot. Doesn't have a lot of support with him. Just the heavy.
And gets taken out by Trev. As medic. Trev is a very good battle medic on defense, not gonna lie.
Well, I guess we're almost getting to that point. Do you want to start thinking about player of the game?
I have honestly got no idea, because my favorite player of the game right now would actually go to Brandino or I Lost the Game, because they've just put in so much work and helped back such a strong the Baguettes roster.
Yeah, I think TB is one of those rosters that it's kind of difficult to find an individual who's been doing particularly well.
I mean, if we look at Coca, he's got a lot of steals. So if I were to name anyone, I would say Coca, because he's got a lot of captures and the ninja steals and stuff.
No, so we've been doing we'll be doing a player of the game for both teams.
Oh, okay.
During the tournament, just to keep the positive vibes going.
Well, it's unfortunately it's only my first commentator session in this tournament. Oh, can't help but have a laugh with what Trev just said in chat.
Does come out with some pills, Trevor.
Trev with 3 webs. No violation there, in my opinion.
I think it's difficult in like this circumstance that you can throw a couple webs and then wait a while and then throw another one. So yeah. Looks like BM5 is mainly just sitting really offensively, occupying boss when he can, and just kind of killing as much as he can. Doesn't really matter if they're on defense or on offense. He's just trying to support the team as much as he can. Things have definitely gotten a bit quieter around here. Looks like TB might just be trying to secure this 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, if I were the Baguettes, I would focus mainly on defense and just send a smaller group on offense, because you've already got the win, but you want to secure it. Or they should keep pushing very strong on offense and make sure that they get the 3-0.
I guess this is, well, I'm not entirely certain, but I think this is part of the tournament that map wins determine ties rather than caps like it used to be. So there's not as much pressure to get caps. As we say this anyway, Coca is out on bottom as Chemist, has quite a lot of support, has a mage in front though to delay.
Not just any mage, he's got the mage in front of him. Boss with a headshot.
Nicely done.
Jack steals. Soldier. Held back by ninjas. But he is out. Never mind.
Jinxed it.
I'm sorry for the jinx, apparently.
Yeah. I'm struggling to find things to talk about now. It's getting quite quiet.
Yeah, well, there isn't too much to say anymore. The Baguettes isn't putting as much pressure on Annihilation anymore, and their defense is holding out just as well as they have for the entirety of this map, so there isn't all that much to say. But Annihilation needs to bring a stronger offense.
Yeah, I think if TB is holding back a bit, then send one more if you can. There's not too much to lose at the moment. Like, you might give up your chance of tying, but there are 3 minutes left. And
I mean,
this is...
at this point, Annihilation should just go all or nothing. Because if they don't, they will lose, but if they do, they have an increased chance of winning.
Yeah. This is an NG steal down the bottom with another engine. Oh, is this 2 more engineers in support?
This is pure banter. I'm seeing 3 engineers with 1 medic. I believe that could be their offense.
Yeah, well,
look at
it is
all
limited
the
to 4.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for Annihilation, that is. This is going to be the last capture to seal the game. Baguettes takes the last map with a 3-0 over Annihilation, sealing the map and the game in favor of the Baguettes. So, I've already stated my point of view on player of the game. What would be your picks?
Yeah, for Annie, I definitely agree. I would give it to Brandino. There were some really great clutch plays in there, but definite shout out to I Lost the Game. I mean, Assassin is a very difficult class to be able to get those recovs in, so he did a really good job there. For TB, I mean, can you all just stop being good or other offense? What do you think?
My personal favorite is Coker because of the amount of steals he had, and well, he sealed most of them. So my vote's for Coker. Yeah.
Sure, sounds good. So Brandino B for Annihilation and Coker for the Baguettes. So the Baguettes win. This is the end of the Red Conference for this week. And catch us in approximately 10 minutes, if it starts on time, for Olympus versus Delta Force, the last match of the Blue Conference. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Unifier. Thank you, Red Slime. Thank you, Bloomishly. And thank you, Matt Versions and Food Court.